Kia ora guys, Jonathan again, and I'm still here with Nico. And Nico's going to walk us through kind of the practical side of deciding on the how to communicate the danger around volcanoes to the public. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
So one of the key things we do is we monitor the volcanoes, but really it's just a means to an end, and the end is to try to portray in one way or another how active that volcano is through time. And the way we do that is by assigning an activity level to that volcano. So we call it the volcanic activity level. And we've got a system which is basically a scale going from 0 to 5. So when the volcano is really quiet, there is nothing happening at all, the volcanic alert level is at 0. When the volcano is a little bit more active, but still within its normal background activity, we tend to leave it at 1. If the level increases to 2, it means that the volcano is doing quite a bit more than what it usually does. And it probably means that somehow maybe an eruption in the future may be more likely, even if we can't tell when exactly it might be happening. As we go to level 3, 4, and 5, it means we're entering effectively an eruption. So level 3 is an eruption, level 4 is a bigger eruption happening at the time, and level 5 is an even bigger eruption. So as you go from 0 to 5, 0, nothing happens, 1 and 2, level of restlessness, 3, 4, and 5, eruptions which get bigger as the numbers get higher. One of the things to really bear in mind is that sometimes the volcanoes don't like to play by the book. So the volcanoes can actually erupt even without actually going through a really strong phase of restlessness. And that could mean that typically we could have a volcano at alert level 1, and it could actually jump straight to 3 if we had a sudden eruption coming with no warnings, no precursory activity. Now, how do we decide about those numbers? How do we make that choice? So we tend to meet every week with a volcano monitoring group, and we discuss the activity on a weekly basis at all New Zealand volcanoes. And at that stage, we actually don't try to find a consensus. And the reason for that is because if you put 10 scientists around the table, you will have 10 different opinions. So it's very difficult to get a really good consensus about what the level should be. So what we do instead is we actually vote on the alert level. So every week we vote on the alert level within our group for New Zealand volcanoes, and we assign the level to those volcanoes. And of course, if the volcano is more active, then we might actually vote more often and update the overall level on the volcano. And then, once we've decided on the alert level for the volcano, the way we communicate it is through our website, through the media, or through an app on your phone. So everybody can get that information pretty much as quickly as possible as soon as the information is decided. The only thing we add to that as well is we always try to give a bit of contextual information just to explain why we think that volcano is at such a level, why we're increasing or decreasing the level. Because doing just a change in alert level is useful, but actually explaining why is often quite important to everyone. So this is how we actually monitor our patients, and this is how we actually effectively state the level of activity at the volcanoes in New Zealand.
Awesome. Thanks, Nico. Thanks for taking the time and sharing all that great information with us.
Anytime. It's a pleasure.
Awesome.